So yeah, give them a big round of applause because so a little bit about me. My name is Khalid Abbas, and what I do, I have a business in IT and software development. And apart from them, I love to teach people, so I conduct workshops, and I do some mentoring as well, where I help people to become more successful. And I'm also an investor in stock market, so I pretty much invest in stocks, not in bonds and mutual funds. I don't like them just because of fees and stuff like that. So how do I start it? Because I wanted to share my story with you. These are little, very sweet story for you, but it was really painful for me. So when I started, actually I was working like eight years in Norway, in biggest companies like Halliburton and Stockholm. And you know, all these were the Norwegian oil companies, and people were very, financially give at the same time, but they are, very much engineers. So all those 8 years, what was the topic during the lunch and coffee hours? It was investment. So everybody was talking, oh, I made this much money in stock, and then we made this much money in stock. This stock is going high. And then suddenly somebody asked me again, what do you do? Do you invest in stock? I said, no. And I looked stupid. And I feel like I should do something because they are always talking like they're making money. And I was feeling like I'm not making money. So I decided to go in stock market and buy stock. And I made my first decision to do it myself. So I went there, I bought some stock. Since it was a bull market, everything was going high. And my stock started making money. When I started making money, I feel great. And I said, oh yes, I'm genius. Why the heck I didn't start like 10 years ago? It was free money. Like the honeymoon, which doesn't last for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. My journey was ended soon. In 2014, oil prices crashed. Stocks started to come down. And I said, oh my God, what happened? I thought, it can't be true. Anxiety. And then anger. Why the heck is going down? And then you come into now, it can't be true, it can't be true. Just imagine the guy who has put all of his savings in this stock. And then you become a depression. And it's a depression. Trust me, if you have your money in stock and stocks are going down, and you have not sold it, because nobody told you, you are doing by your own. So what happened? You cannot sleep at night. So I was in this stage. Most people, because stock market operates on two reasons, right? Greed and fear. So I was greedy. I wanted to make money. If that's the only reason you want to make it, never ever go there. So I wanted to make money, and then it was coming down. I did not sell it. I should have sold it, but I did not sell it. So that was my first lesson learned.
Why didn't you sell it?
Yeah, because nobody told me. All right. So I'll come to that one. So after this time period is over, like 1 week, then I was there. Okay, I accepted what happened. I have lost. Okay, fine. What option do I have now? One option: quit stock market, never come back in your life, or learn it, because it's a real thing. People are making money. Even when the market is going down, they are making money. So I'm not making money. So there is something I'm doing wrong. So what I did, that's my first lesson learned. Work with a trusted financial advisor. So I have this, one of my friends, he was working with KPMG. He was chartered accountant, and he has a lot of knowledge. He was auditing company. So I went to him and I said, could you please have a look on my portfolio? When I started, I have big names. I invested in big companies and then some shitty companies. And he said, oh, you have some shitty companies. I said, how do you know that? I looked at those companies. They have a very fancy sites, websites. They have a portfolio of the projects and, if it is the consulting companies or some services. They have the customer reviews. They are in the business for 20 years. How do you know that? Which I don't know. I said, I look at those financial statements. And I didn't know what the guy was talking about. So just look. I asked you one question. When you are ill, what do? You go to the doctor, right? Because you do not want to take risk with your health. But when it comes to financial health, you try to be over smart and you will try to do it by yourself. You should not do that. We should take financial health as serious as your other health and go to someone who has an experience in it and talk to them and take advice. So I was working with this guy and he was asking me, he was telling me all this information. Oh, maybe you should adjust the portfolio, sell these companies, these are on the verge of bankruptcy because they do not have money to pay to the bonds or to the banks. So they will declare bankruptcy, you will lose money. And then I knew second thing, even he was telling me I should learn myself. So he was teaching me and then I started to read books. I even started with the definition of stock market. What is stock market? What is stock? What is financial statement? What is balance sheet? What is assets, liabilities, and stuff like that? What's the bonds? Because they're going to hit me if I have the shares, right? So two things, two important lessons. Work with the professional. I think personally, I won't work with someone from the broker agency. You know why? Because the broker guy, they cannot be a very good, that's my personal opinion, they cannot be a very good advisor. Why? Because they work for the fee. So I will probably hire someone independent. And I wish I could have met Jacob like 5 years ago. I should not have wasted that money. Then this guy, he was asking me questions like, what is your long-term plans? What is your long-term goals? What is your risk profile? And I said, okay, let's suppose I have 100,000 and I can leave this money for 2 years. Okay, then we should go for something which is a bit risky, but it will come back. And then you will make money. But if you need, as he said, if you have 100,000 and if you need vacation money in 2 months, probably it's a good idea not to spend. And stop, don't go there. So even he was telling me, he was asking question, I was asking question as well, counter as well, because he was proposing me the company to invest. And I said, why the hell you are asking me to invest in this company? I checked their financial statement myself and I do not feel comfortable. So we were asking question again and again. So that's the role of advisor, because he asks you right questions and make you think. And then you identify your goals. Number 4, emotions. When it comes to investment, it should be a rational investment. It should be a rational decision. You should do your own homework, research, and you know what products they have, what market they have, how much money they are making, how many products they have in future. But most of the time, people like me, they take irrational decision, emotional. They become greedy. And they get in the market. And stock market is the very easy thing to lose money after gambling, or probably the first, but actually I take them as a gambling. You can quickly lose all of your savings in just one click. Just imagine if you have bought some stock in IT in October 2008. At the end of the October, where it was, it immediately went down. So I saw one company. Its stock was, we were talking this one yesterday, its price was 3.15 NOK, a little bit above 3 NOK. And I looked at the history, and it used to be above 30. And I said, oh my God, this is brilliant. I should put this money, I should buy this company. If it goes back to 20, I will make millions. Or 100,000 or whatever. So I put 40,000 NOK in it. Was that a good decision? Anyone? It was purely bad decision. Out of 40,000 NOK, I lost 39,469 krona. The company is still there. It was still there before 2000. Was that a bad decision? Of course it was bad. Whenever you take emotions drive you in stock market, you will lose money. And after that, I learned this lesson, and now I do not make this impulsive decision. Somebody pushed me, I said, no, I need to do my own research. 4th one, if you have done your research in the company, as he said, if you know the company is strong, like a Statoil, I know even the price goes down, they will a little bit go down, but it will come back up. I have a Statoil in my portfolio. They give dividend based on my purchase price, it's a little more than 6% per annum. I'm very happy with that. I know that it will be there. They are also investing in renewable energy. So if you know the company, if you have researched it very well, even if it goes down, but you have a long-term plan, and you are very sure about the fundamentals of the company and the economy, or the region you should, it will come back again. So do your research Even on the, it's your money. It's your money. How many people hold a house, a home? How much time you spend researching when you are going to buy the house? Probably a month. And when it comes to stock, they do not think like 15 minutes. Some guy is saying you can earn more than 100% or 150% in 10 minutes. I think it's good. Yeah. Last lesson, invest in the business you understand. Just imagine, economy is bad, you lost your job. Now you have less money and you are hungry. You go to a restaurant and you want to eat something, right? But the waitress she came and she said, oh, we have a starter, we have a main course, we have drinks, a dessert. What you will order? Because you want to save money, so you will just order the main course, right? Same thing happened with me. I bought one company, it was doing great when the economy was high. And when the economy started to go down, other companies were not interested in hiring their services. So what happened? It went down. Then I learned the lesson. I'm very much knowledgeable. Okay, I'm the student in Norwegian oil market. I know very much the companies in there. So if I stick with those business, I can perform better as compared to most of you guys who doesn't know much about oil industry. If you have knowledge in consumer industry, there are companies in consumer industry. Maybe you should stick with those companies. Do a little bit more research. You will perform in that area better than me. So these are some of the lessons which I learned. It were very painful to learn those lessons. But since I started to work with professional and I tried to educate myself, in 6 months I covered all of my losses and then I went in profit. So in the end, I made money. But if I have not chosen to work with a trusted financial advisor, if I have not educated myself, my loss will be forever. I mean, I could not recover for that.
How much did you pay for the financial advisor?
Not much. I think it's a lot less than the money which I recovered and I made money. So for example, let's suppose if you are going to invest $500,000 or $1 million, if you are spending like 2,000 more, is that a good money or bad money? It's nothing. Based on the knowledge which you will get and you will use it for whole of your life.
Is it one fee, like one-time fee?
It depends. It depends on which, for example, probably you have some idea. But over there, for example, if I have someone and if I take like 10 lectures and if I'm paying like 1,500 for one lecture, or if I have a decision for 10 lectures and we say, okay, I will give you like 3,000. And the value which I'm getting, the knowledge which I'm getting, and if I'm implementing, and if I'm going to make that money for whole of my life, you see the difference? It's an investment. Warren Buffett said, you know, lads, I love that guy. After that, I started to read about it. He said that the best investment you can make is in yourself.
Education.
Education.
So there's two things. So long-term savings then, but you're investing in yourself as well. Because if you're giving it away to someone else, like the fund manager, you're expecting him to do or her to do a good job. But if you do what Khalid did, basically, is that you're continuously learning when you're meeting that person. So if you want to pay someone one-off, you can probably do that. But the better thing, in terms of a learning perspective as well, is probably to do something continuously. Even if you pay for it, because hopefully you reduce the downside, you increase the upside, and you massively increase your knowledge as well. If you can have a constructive discussion where you actually learn as well, and that will benefit you so much. And that goes for any area.
Aktiespararna has real traders teaching via Aktiespararna. I don't know, every quarter or so, please.
So my last thing before I finish, if you stick with Warren Buffett said, make some rules, and then you stick with rules. Same thing, I made my rules, and then I stick with it because I learned in a hard way, because I lost money. So if you're starting, the one advice which I can give you, if you're starting, it's the same thing. I cannot teach you swimming. If you want to swim, you have to go in the water, right? But it depends how deep is water, what is your risk tolerance, how much fear you have. If you are going to start with big companies. Big companies, they normally have, like I said, that it's stable. But you will have a feeling, how it feel like when it goes a little bit down, when it goes up. Alright? And then I have my website, so I have my recommended list of books which I read and it helped me to increase my knowledge. If you go to my website, you can, as you said, that Riaz is on, so you can see my recommended list. And
We'll put it on the group as well,
Yeah.
so it's easy for you to have a look.
I'm not a financial advisor, so don't come to me as a financial advisor that I'm going to teach. No, I'm not. But if you are happy to discuss, I'm happy to discuss with my learning if somebody wants to learn. But I'm not authorized to give you any financial advice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.